All right, we'll start with the opening segment for Coach and then open up for questions.
Yeah, interesting game, interesting flow. Didn't love the way we played, to be honest. In my younger years as a coach, I would have really probably let them have it in the locker room. I let up a little bit today, but a lot of it is just I'm such a play to the standard and the expectation that we have for our program, and when we don't meet it, then I'm disappointed that we don't meet the standard, that we kind of set and things that we talk about. And so that was the disappointing part for me today is I just didn't think we played as well as we are capable. Obviously, this is my first game without Jordan Harrison in 3 years and 5 days, and I thought we were a little bit, just a little bit off there. So there was some value, obviously, that we missed with her. I love that we're getting to the free throw line. We're not making them at the clip. At least tonight we didn't, but there's been some other games where we haven't. I thought we settled from the perimeter a little bit more. Credit to App State. They had a game plan. We pretty much thought it was going to be that, so it wasn't something we weren't prepared for. They played us pretty much their kind of matchup zone thing for the entire 40 minutes. It's what we talked about, had prepped for. So I thought it took us a little while to get settled. I thought we did by the second quarter, though. Our defense was, for the most part, solid other than a few rotations here and there, but we did force some turnovers that, again, got us out in offense, but we didn't convert at the rate that I think we should be capable off of turnovers. We shared it a little bit better and then ended up turning it over too much when it was all said and done. So plenty to clean up. It's early November, I get it, or mid-November, but just would have expected maybe a little bit more playing to the standard that we have.
So, Coach, obviously you've been part of this education day several times now, but unique atmosphere, fun for a coach. Do you enjoy this? Just go over what the atmosphere is like for you and what you think of it.
Yeah, and I probably should have talked about that. Yeah, no, yes, there's great energy in the building. It's a different type of energy than on most nights, of course, and mornings in this situation. But no, it's fun. We do feed off of it. So, from that side of things, you feel it, you sense it, you want to put on a show. What I love about this place, though, is how into it and knowledgeable our kids are here, and they know when to cheer, who they're cheering for. Like, I've been at places where those kids just yell just to yell. They don't even know who scores, little disappointed that we're missing free throws and they're cheering against us for missing free throws there when we had 65 points. But we knew why. We definitely knew why. That's a fun, it's fun every year. And this place had, credit to our marketing team and thankful to all the, I guess principals, teachers, everybody that allows their kids to come and support us and I guess get their little field trip day and full of sugar and popcorn and everything else. But it's a good one. We enjoy this one every single year.
So Mark, if you're disappointed and you say you played below the standard, you still won by 29. So how does that happen?
Some of it's statistically, some of it's flow, things that we were wanting to do, our execution, out of a timeout and we chunked the ball out of bounds. There's things that are we have a standard. When we come out of timeouts, we have to be great. We're going to execute every single time. We did not do that, free throw shooting, that's a problem. You're going to lose games. We beat Duke because we got to the free throw line and made free throws, and it didn't hurt us tonight. That's okay. But it's going to if we don't get it cleaned up. And so those are the things that I think I'm talking about, thinking about, because it's just I never want to be the, I told you so, coach, but I've been doing this long enough to know what's coming at some point if we don't get this kind of cleaned up. So that's kind of the mindset that I have, and I just want to make sure our players understand that same mindset.
Coach, was it difficult to refocus after all the events of Friday? I know you obviously had nearly a full week, but flipping the script there, turning the page after what you accomplished, all the attention that came with it.
For several days people were telling us how great, what a win, go make a 30 for 30, Greenbrier 5. We heard it, we sensed it, but, if you want to be great, I hope we have other big wins. You may not have as much time, so we have to learn, we have to grow. We should have a veteran team. We had to get after them a little bit yesterday because I didn't think they were doing what they were supposed to do. And, I've heard coaches kind of say when you feel like your team has a certain pulse, the head coach should have the opposite pulse, and they're happy and jovial, so I wasn't going to allow them to continue to be happy and jovial and let everybody tell them, that they're doing a really good job. We have a long way to go, and so we'll get better from this, I guess, to answer your question. I don't know if we were completely where we were supposed to be. I didn't think it was bad by any stretch, but we've also been through it now, so there's an expectation as well.
Coach, for a guy who started his coaching career at the real small school level, continued to work your way up over the years, what does 500 wins, and in that aspect, what does 500 wins mean to you?
Yeah, frustrated because of the game, so I'm trying to get past that so I can actually enjoy this one a little bit. It means a lot, I guess, probably. I don't reflect a whole lot on it until somebody asks me to, I suppose, because you get caught in the moment and you're just going, we play again. We're about to leave on Saturday, so I'm trying to figure out what my rest of my day is going to look like to help our team get ready for the next one. But what it really, it means you've been in the game a little while. But I've been really, really fortunate, and fortunate from a standpoint that I've had great people around me, a family at home that supports, a dream. And, we've moved 5 times. So my family has bounced across the country for this guy to chase a dream, so to speak. And they've been there through it all. And then you've got all these players and coaches and administrators and ADs that gave me a chance, and one here that's given me a chance twice. So those are the things that I kind of will briefly reflect on. I mean, it won't be anything in depth, but when people ask me that, that's what comes to mind, right? Is those players' relationships, the families, and then you got to be in the game a little bit. So it's 1 in 500, but to do it at the success rate that we've had is probably every bit. If I was 500 and 500, it still means you've been doing it a while, but you weren't overly successful. And so to do it and have the career that we've had has been, it's special. There's no doubt.
500 and now going to the Bahamas. I mean, that's pretty.
That's not a bad way to spend it, right? Yeah, too bad I don't really won't be on the beach a whole lot, I don't imagine, but maybe I'll take a quick moment to get out there before we go tip it off for the next one.
Mark, you had a huge run in the third quarter. I think they turned it over 7 times in that span. Just what worked so well there?
Yeah, I'd probably just the defensive intensity, and that is what we talked about at halftime, though, was I think we've used this before with y'all, but punch first mindset is we wanted to win those first 4 to 5 minutes, and that was going to be really important to us. So I told them before the game I thought I would learn a lot about us, having the big win, and then how do we respond, and then again at halftime I'm going to learn a little bit more. We're going to learn how we function without Jordan now for a game and a half, and I learned a lot. I thought the difference was just the defensive intensity, and yes, some turnovers led to some offense, and that's when we can be, we had a lead anyway, but that's when it can go from 17 to 25 to 27 pretty quick, and then you're just kind of, not that we think coast mode, but in essence, that's really what it was when the outcome's probably not in play anymore.
With Jordan, just to clarify, was that your call, or is that a Big 12 or an NCAA thing? Or?
Yeah, no, that's NCAA. She got ejected for fighting, and when it's labeled fighting, that's an automatic 1 game.
She can't even be in the arena?
She can be in the arena. She cannot be on the bench area or on the court or bench area.
So Cece had obviously the good game on Friday at the Greenbrier, and then tonight she plays 14. She's averaging around 9 minutes. Is she starting to play herself into a bigger role after even today it seemed like she was making good passes from the post, kicking it out?
Yeah, I mean, every day is an evaluation, so I know you guys only see it, most of you 30 having games we play a year, right? We watch it every day in practice, and that's how we evaluate. So she's playing better. She's playing with confidence. She is our best passing post player, by quite a bit probably. When any kid plays with confidence, they're going to play a little bit better. And we want all of our kids to play with confidence, but some of them, they got to spend time, and you've got to feel confident in yourself. And we don't ever want to take it from them. Coaches can certainly help it, but most of the time it comes within, the player. And she's playing at a good clip right now.
What did you notice about Gia's game today?
Yeah, aggressive, as she has been. I thought she got more aggressive in the second half. I challenged her at halftime to quit jacking so many threes. But 5 of her 7 shots at halftime were from the 3. And that's, not that she can't make threes, because obviously she can, but she's dynamic downhill. You see her speed is pretty electric. Her and JJ are pretty straight line. It's pretty hard to stop in the full court, and even in the half court, and her change of direction can be pretty good. So she's going to shoot 1 million free throws for us. She typically shoots them at a high level. So just continue to be aggressive at the right time. She had to play a lot of the point guard, so she had to process and think a little bit tonight too, which is good for her.
Are you starting to see her become a little bit more comfortable, especially these last 4 games? Are you starting to see her kind of become more adaptive to this?
Yeah, and she can be a big-time scorer, and we need that. We're going to need a third, fourth, and sometimes first, obviously, but should be always in our top 3 or 4 scorers every single night. She was hurt quite a bit early, so she didn't get to play in practice, for, probably 3 or 4 weeks leading up to, we probably had even started official practice, so I think she's just probably now getting legs and up to speed and those types of things.
Mimi's had some big scoring nights, and again today, but she was also doing it on the defensive end. How important is that to have her being dominant on both ends?
Yeah, well, it's what we've talked about with Mimi is another motor and another level, and she had 5 steals tonight. I want to say she had 4 in a game previously. So just trying to, and it's not always about steals, but that's part of our identity, but just trying to get her to understand the level that I think she can play at too. And again, it's part of this expectation, this standard. Like I have one for each kid too, you know, and I'm trying to get her to understand that. She's a really good offensive player. We know that, saw that early when we recruited her, and now it's just trying to get her to be as effective defensively as she is offensively.
What's the last 6 days been like? I mean, there's been so much national attention. Obviously, you like the attention, but you know, you mentioned it can overwhelm sometimes. How'd you balance that?
Yeah, I mean, we had we had 2 days off, so we weren't even around them. So then you don't even know what, you know. I don't like that because now I can't control the narrative quite as much. You know, everybody else can tell them whatever, and I'm not around them. If I had been around them, I could have probably helped that. But as much as we talked about it. I mean, yeah, you all love to hear it. It's great. It was a really cool story. In sports, it's cool that we can create that, but then at the same time, it goes away pretty quickly. So, you know, within 24, 48 hours, normally 24, that one seemed to drag on, you know, for a few more days. But yeah, it was put to rest hopefully now, and we can quit talking about it, and we can let these kids focus on what they need to, which is getting better for, I guess we have McNeese next. So that will be the next goal. Anybody else? You do have a question? No? Oh, you got
on the big one.
Oh, well, thank you very much, and I appreciate you being here, all right? So thanks, everybody.